goes in the wilderness, the holy array toward the promised land. The dawn in the Sinai wilderness arrived with a biting chill. It was the first day of the second month, in the second year since the departure from Egypt. Inside the sacred tabernacle, Moses heard a profound summons, not a mere request for numbers, but a divine decree to transform a wandering crowd into a disciplined holy army. Moses turned to Aaron, standing by his side. In their shared gaze, the daunting vastness of the desert was replaced by a sense of awe for the future of a nation soon to be set in perfect order. It was time to call the heads of the ancestral houses and take the first step toward the land of promise. At the sound of the summons, the leaders of each tribe gathered one by one. Nahshon, the courageous leader of the tribe of Judah, was the first to stand before Moses. Moses unrolled a heavy leather scroll and began to ask for the names of every man in Nahshon's house. This was more than a record of figures. It was a vibrant rite of passage, where those who were once oppressed slaves were now formally inducted as members of a heavenly host. As Nahshon recited the names of his people, he felt a surge of pride from deep within. They were no longer scattered grains of sand, but holy soldiers bound together under a single, sovereign name. Among those standing in line to be counted was Etan, a seasoned veteran of life's long journey. Hearing that every man 20 years and older was to be mustered, he had come forward alongside his sons and grandsons. Nahshon verified Etan's lineage and recorded his name with great respect. Though Etan's face bore the deep lines of many years, he stood with his shoulders squared, invigorated by the call to serve in the army. In the harsh environment of the wilderness, the realization that he was a pillar of his house and a soldier of the Almighty gave him a renewed sense of purpose. For those in the autumn of their lives, this census was a powerful reminder that their calling remained vital. After days of careful recording, a magnificent sight unfolded across the plains. Moses and Aaron ascended a high ridge to look down upon the encampments, now arranged with perfect precision by tribe. Each division had raised its own standard, taking its assigned place to the east, west, south, and north, centering around the tabernacle. The once disordered mass of people had become an army of formidable array. Aaron nodded toward Moses in silent acknowledgement. The spirit radiating from over 600,000 men was strong enough to still the hot desert winds. It was a visible testament that the invisible presence was dwelling in the very heart of his people. As evening brought a quiet calm after the census, Moses walked among the tents and encountered Etan. The old man was keeping watch at his assigned post, his head bowed in silent prayer. Moses approached him and reached out a warm, steady hand. They were no longer refugees walking for survival. They were a holy army, called for a purpose, known by name, and granted a specific place to stand. Above them, the desert sky was thick with stars, shining like jewels. Just like those stars, every name had been etched into the divine memory, and the people were now ready to march toward the promised land, with heads held high.